And shifting our focus to West Asia now, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Israel is facing international and economic isolation and blamed Qatar, China and migration in Europe for driving it. At a finance ministry conference in Jerusalem, Netanyahu said that Israel was facing increasing economic isolation due to the Gaza war. He also noted that Israel would have to become more self-reliant, reportedly adding that Israel could face weapons embargoes and economic sanctions. Later, speaking to a delegation of the U.S. state legislators at the Foreign Ministry, Netanyahu accused Doha and Beijing of leading an online campaign against Israel's legitimacy.
Thank you. Democrats and Republicans alike, we value and cherish your support, and there is an active effort to erode it. One is China, and the other is Qatar, and they are organizing an attack on Israel's legitimacy in the social media of the Western world and the United States. We will have to counter it, and we will counter it with our own efforts.
Now, Netanyahu's comments came as European pressure on Israel continues to grow over a war that is nearly 2 years old. Countries including the UK, France and Belgium have announced that they will recognize a Palestinian state at the upcoming United Nations General Assembly. But despite support draining away elsewhere, the United States remains Israel's most important ally. On Monday, Netanyahu hosted U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio in Jerusalem. Rubio vowed that Washington would provide, quote-unquote, unwavering support to Israel in achieving its goals in Gaza, as he called for the eradication of Hamas.
And the people of Gaza deserve a better future, but that better future cannot begin until Hamas is eliminated. That better future and that kind of peace is not even possible until the hostages are released, all of them, every single one. And so that's what we continue to be focused on. That's what the President wants to see happen, and that's what you can count on our unwavering support and commitment to see come to fruition.
However, Washington now faces a delicate balancing act. Two of its allies, Israel and Qatar, are at loggerheads with each other. This is after Israel struck Hamas leaders on Qatari soil last week, prompting strong condemnation from Doha. This has left the United States navigating between two strategic partners, each vital to its interests in the region. On one hand, Israel relies on American diplomatic cover and military supplies. On the other, Qatar remains a critical U.S. partner, hosting the region's largest American airbase, Al Udeid, which is the forward base of the U.S. Central Command. After concluding his Israel visit, Rubio flew straight to Doha earlier today. On his way to Qatar, Rubio said Doha should continue its role as a mediator between Israel and Hamas.
Obviously, they have to decide if they want to do that after last week or not. But we want them to know that if there's any country in the world that can help, end this through a negotiation, it's Qatar, and we appreciate that. And if there's a chance to do it, we want to encourage them to do it.
Rubio's arrival also came just a day after an emergency Arab-Islamic summit in the Qatari capital, where regional leaders condemned Israel's strikes on Hamas officials in Doha. Arab and Muslim leaders also called for a review of ties with Israel and urged the U.S. to use its leverage to rein in Tel Aviv.
We also expect our strategic partners in the United States to use their influence on Israel in order for it to stop this behavior. We really do expect that. They have leverage and influence on Israel, and it's about time that this leverage and influence to be used.
U.S. President Trump on Monday repeated his assertion that Israel would not be striking Qatar again. Yet, despite that, as tensions escalate between Israel and Qatar, the question remains, how long can Washington support both allies without jeopardizing its own strategic interests in the region?
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
Stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktur
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karz mo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Fiskali radikali.
Japanese,
$4 以上mo.
Portuguese,
Por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select a language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.